Talking today about posture. Posture is one of my stress tools. I built this stress tool a long time ago when I was coaching my violin students. I would notice that when they made a mistake, they would kind of curl over and all their energy would dive right into the floor. They usually seem like, oh crap, or they get down on themselves right away. I didn't realize that that kind of feeling ashamed could cause them to pop their stress hormones. I just noticed that then from that point on in the lesson, they weren't performing very well. So I decided to do some things to try and stop that effect. The first thing I did was have them smile, but then I had them lift up their posture so that as they got into this better posture, they weren't so apt to beat themselves up mentally. It was really kind of interesting how it worked, and sure enough, the rest of the lesson would go so much better if they would just retain a good posture. So I kind of feel like there's a line that comes out from our chests, and if we stay above that line, then we're not so apt to trigger the stress hormones. We're not falling down and curling up in tightness from one of those 4 A's that I talk about. The 4 A emotions are feeling angry, anxious, annoyed, or ashamed. Any of those emotions, when they start to build in us, they create this tightness, and we round our shoulders and we curl up and we get ready to fight or run very far, very fast. We lose concentration, we lose focus when we curl up into that tension. So stay above the line, keep your posture up. This morning in the Wall Street Journal, in the personal journal section, there was an article about different types of workstations with treadmills and those fitness balls, things to try and keep people more fit while they're sitting at their desk all day. And it was kind of interesting. They talked about how the fitness ball, which you would think would promote good posture, actually causes vertebrae compression in the spine and some other problems. Plus they found that people didn't have any better posture whether they were at a desk in a regular chair or on the fitness ball. So what's going on with posture? It's something we actually have to work at least I do, I admit it. I've had crappy posture most of my adult life. I've really had to work at it. So when you're trying to attain this good posture, I call it 2 curves of life posture. First curve is in your neck, here your cervical curve. If you're forward like this with your head, then you're putting a lot of stress on your spine, on your nerves, and on your blood vessels. So your neck has to be up and your ears over your shoulders. Secondly, feel back on your back, lower back, and you'll feel your lumbar area. If you slump forward, you'll feel that area flatten out. If you lift up into a better posture, you'll feel a curve there. Those are your curves of life. When you have those curves the way they're supposed to be, can you imagine your spine and how it's supposed to be when a physician or chiropractor shows it to you? There's some nice curves going on in there. But we tend to flatten those out, especially working at computers. It's really easy to get your head over and to slump in this position. No matter if you're on a fitness ball, at any kind of chair. When I perform in symphony and I'm sitting and playing my violin, I really have to work at my curves of life because playing the violin kind of puts you in this odd posture. Standing up is easier. So stand up, get your curves of life, and then when you sit down, retain those same curves. And I'm sure your productivity is going to go up, your vertebrae aren't going to get all smashed together, and life is going to be better no matter what kind of seat you're sitting on. So if you have a fabulous day, think about posture. Keep up and over the situation so you can keep a clear head so you're not releasing all those stress hormones that are going to monkey with your brain and mess up your body. This is Elle with Pressure Free Living.